I secretly injected python DNA into my assistant, but after just a single night, the assistant's body underwent a shocking transformation. Scales began to grow all over his skin, and even his head started morphing into something more serpentine. Horrified by the grotesque mutation, I immediately gave him another shot. I was eager to witness a miracle. But just as I watched with anticipation, the assistant accidentally let out a fart. It released the modified python genes into the air, causing the entire experiment to spiral out of control. The assistant ended up as a horrifying, half-human, half-snake creature. I was furious. This wasn't the result I had envisioned. What I truly wanted was to fully transform a human into a snake. That's why I had tricked the assistant into getting injected in the first place. But everything fell apart at the crucial moment. Enraged and humiliated, I boxed up the assistant and sold him for cheap to a struggling circus in town. To everyone's surprise, the once dead circus business suddenly boomed. Since acquiring the Snake Man, crowds had been lining up non-stop, all drawn by the bizarre new attraction. What no one realized, though, was that this Snake Man wasn't wearing a costume. He was a real, genetically modified human being. The man desperately wanted to cry for help, but not a single sound could come out of his mouth. Meanwhile, I wasn't done with my twisted experiments. I began searching for my next test subject. This time, I went to a university and approached my old friend, Professor John. I lied, saying that my previous assistant had suddenly run off, and pleaded for help in finding a replacement. Out of friendship and trust, Professor John didn't want to say no, so he introduced one of his students, Nick.